Hi, this is Nancy Berliner from HPE Technical Marketing Engineering. Virtual domains for the HPE Alletra Storage MP B10000 let you logically partition a shared physical storage system into secure, isolated domains, each with its own storage resources, users, and hosts. This keeps access separated for each domain and helps prevent mistakes or unauthorized access, even though the system itself is shared. Let's dive in and take a look. The first step in managing this feature is to create one or more domains and their associated domain users using Data Ops Manager under the System Security settings. All Data Services Cloud Console or DSCC users can see all domains, and those with admin rights can manage virtual domains. Just go to the Virtual Domains area, click the plus sign to create a new domain, and give your domain a name. Within each domain, you can configure policies such as a maximum retention time for immutable snapshots and quality of service limits for IAPS and/or throughput. I've created two domains. First, domain A, and then off camera, I created domain B. The next step is to create users in your domain. Enter the username and password, and then choose the domain the user should have access to. In DSCC, you can give users access to all domains or limit them to just one. Domain users cannot be super users. However, the edit role will allow your user to create, modify, and delete objects. Note that these credentials are used to log into the on-array UI or CLI only. DSCC users can always see all domains. I've created one user in each domain. A domain user is restricted to seeing only the resources within their assigned domain. For example, although there are 3 volume sets on this system, each with multiple volumes, when I log on to the on-array UI using one of the domain user's accounts, none of those resources are visible since they don't belong to that user's domain. Next, let's see how to use DSCC to provision storage within one of the domains we've created. The first step is to go to the general area for the system to create a common provisioning group, or CPG. A CPG is a logical storage container that allocates storage resources. When a CPG is associated with a virtual domain, any volumes created from it will automatically belong to that domain. Every system has a default CPG that is used when no domain is specified, and I'll create 2 additional CPGs, one for each of our new domains. There are some advanced settings for CPG creation, but I'd recommend accepting the system defaults. Before we can provision storage for a domain, we need a host in that domain to present those volumes to. In DSCC, when you create a host definition, it applies to all storage arrays that are zoned to that host. However, the host definition is not actually created on any array until you present a volume to that host on that array. To show you what I mean, here's a host I created in DSCC that spans 5 arrays. But so far, it's been defined on only one array, S3040, meaning it's used when no specific domain is assigned. On the system named S5394, when I'm logged in as a super user who can see all domains, you'll notice that no host definitions exist yet. They won't appear until we present a volume to one of its hosts. So let's go to intent-based provisioning and create a volume set for host Win109 on system S5394. I'll enter all the details such as the name and volume size, and select the host group that will have access. DSCC will then choose the best fit storage arrays based on the available capacity and performance. After selecting system S5394, we can customize the feature set. And if I select the CPG in domain A, these volumes will automatically be added to that domain. Now, if we check that host again, you can see that on S5394, the host is now confined to domain A, and the two volumes are exported to it. When logging into the on-array UI using the domain A user ID, you'll now see the hosts, host sets, volumes, and volume sets because they all belong to that domain. And of course, you can also provision storage using the UI or CLI. If you're logged in with a domain user ID, you don't need to specify a CPG if there's only one in that domain. Any storage you create will automatically be part of your domain. Finally, because each domain is logically separate, if I log into the same system using a user from domain B, I won't see any of the objects we just created in domain A. Thanks for watching. For more information, visit hpe.com/storage.